reporters after the Lakers workout. He did react on Twitter, however. He said, "I've been lost for words today. I'm devastated, hurt, sad, mad. We want justice for Breonna, yet justice was met for her neighbor's apartment walls and not her beautiful life. Was I surprised at the verdict? Absolutely not. But damn it, I was and still am hurt and heavy-hearted. I send my love to Breonna's mother, family, and friends. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. The most disrespected person on earth is the black woman. I promise you I'll do my best to change this as much as I can and even more. Love to you, Queens, all over this country and beyond."
All right, let's move over to baseball. White Sox
Matter movement in the wake of instances of police violence. Wednesday night, as the playoffs continued, the fight for justice did too. They had protests across the country. That's after Kentucky Attorney General Daniel Cameron announced that a grand jury would not indict any of 3 officers on criminal charges directly related to the shooting death of Breonna Taylor in Louisville in March. One officer was charged with wanton endangerment for shooting into a home next to Taylor's, though it resulted in property damage only. Here's some of the reaction after Celtics Heat Game 4.
I think it's some BS that they let that go down like that. I think everybody knows what's supposed to happen. I think everybody knew what was gonna happen, unfortunately. But you know, that's our country for you, to tell you the truth. Very, very sad, man, and I hate to see it. We all hate to see it.
It's sad. You know, it's frustrating. It's been 194 days, and you know, still no justice. Still having to fight for the same thing. And it was just a lot to process. It's a tough day for all of us.
Man, you know, I kind of just try to channel my anger towards the game. You know, it's crazy that somebody kills somebody and he gets the same charge as somebody, you know, that uses an unauthorized credit card. Like, I don't think people really understand or understand, like, she's dead. Somebody killed her. You know, like, at the end of the day, you need justice for that.
It doesn't surprise me at all. Until we dismantle, recreate, or, you know, change this system that we have, it's going to continue to have victims, you know, like Breonna Taylor and others that, you know, fall victim to oppression. It was tough getting emotionally ready.
We got some good news before Game 4 Wednesday. His wife, Robin, had their 4th child, his first son, just a couple hours before tip-off. The Heat, though, were trying to move closer to sending him home to be with his family, Neil.
Yeah, Gordon Theodore is the kid's name. GT is what his dad likes to call him. Babies cause you to lose sleep. So do 3-1 holes in a best-of-7. Boston looking to even the series at 2-2 after being down 2-0. We will address the latest in the Breonna Taylor case on this show. Players sharing their support for change, real change. And a reminder to everyone eligible, vote. Jason Tatum, sign of the bad juju going out throughout the country on this day. He had an awful first half, 0 for 6. He did have 7 rebounds, 3 turnovers, yet they were only down 6 at the half. Tyler Hero drills the 3. Neither team could throw it in the ocean standing on the beach from 3 in the first half. Miami was 4 of 17, Boston 5 of 19. Hero, 15 points, 6 of 10 shooting in the first half. Again, the Heat up a 6-pack at the half. Whatever Brad Stevens said to Jason Tatum at half, he should bottle it and get ready to get it out, because Tatum came out. I mean, that's midway. He got his first points midway through the 3rd, and then he was unstoppable. Hero, unstoppable. Tatum, back-to-back old-fashioned threes. Celtics cut it to 2 after the free throw went right at Crowder right there, got aggressive. But my heroes have always been Cowboys. And Tyler Hero to the hole, making it happen. And then here comes Tatum. 16 points in the 3rd, 6 of 8 shooting, 2 of 2 from 3. Hero had 20 through 3. And it was a 1-point game going into the 4th quarter. 8 minutes to play, Heat still up 1. Hero, 5 of 10 from 3. The rest of his teammates, 5 of 27 from 3. Heat up 4. A little more from Hero. I mean, he can do it. This kid is 20 years old. I mean, and he's got one of those little stashes that look like you had when you were like 14. Hero. He was second team all-rookie. What? I mean, taking over the game, they're up 8. But here comes Tatum. Remember, no points in the first half? How about 28 in the second half? It's a 4-point game with under 2 to go. Ensuing Heat possession. Andre Iguodala. What a pickup he is. Look at the passing. Goran Dragic. And then Jimmy Butler finds Hero. I read this story, Stan, where the Miami took Hero with the 13th pick. Boston had the 14th pick and had their eye on Hero. Well, he put it in their eye on this day. Butler to Hero right there, but then Tatum knocks down a 3. Every time you look like Miami had it won, the Celtics came back and made it interesting. It's 6. And then Jaylen Brown with about 20 seconds to play. Corner shot, Hero in his face, doesn't matter. It's a 3-point game. 1 second to play. Heat up 2. Jimmy Butler shooting his second free throw after missing the first. He makes it. Celtics down 3, no timeouts, and that's it. Hero, 37 points off the bench. The Heat win at 112-109.
I'm just going to bet on myself. I've been doing that, my whole life. I went from Milwaukee, a small town in Milwaukee, to Kentucky. Nobody thought I would survive there, and nobody thought I would survive here. So at the end of the day, it's just betting on myself. I know my role is not to score 30, whatever I had tonight. It's not to do that every night. Some nights it may, require for me to step up like tonight and make some shots. But, I know in the fourth quarter we're going to get the ball to Jimmy. We're going to get the ball to Goran. And, those are our guys. We're going to run through them, and they're going to make the most plays for us, and they're going to, they're going to win us games most of the time. So that's who we're going to get the ball to. And like I said, I just want to impact winning. Whatever that is, I'll do.
He listens, he's learning, and he just wants to win. So he's going to continue to get better. Obviously, he's a rookie, but I'm telling you, whenever he's out there on the floor, the swag that he plays with, the moves that he makes, you think he's been in the league for 10+.
Hero was, ridiculously good tonight. That ball, the rim must have looked like the ocean to him.
Hey, if I'm him, I'm dropping one of those R's off my name. 37 points off the bench, second most points in a playoff game in NBA history by a player aged 20 or younger, behind only Magic Johnson when he scored 42 in the finals. Remember, he played center. Kareem was out. After a slow start, Jason Tatum nearly carried the Celtics to victory. Second most points in a playoff game over the last 20 years by a player who was held scoreless in the first half. And the Heat, now just 1 win away from their first NBA Finals since 2014. Teams to take a 3-1 series lead in the conference finals are 50-4 all time.
Let's bring in Tim Legler. Tim, a lot of talk about the Heat and their zone defense, but you want to talk about the zone they were in offensively. How so?
Yeah, for sure. Boston still continues to struggle against that zone. But for me, the Miami Heat, what makes them special, I think, is the fact that when they move the basketball, they rarely miss the open guy. And that's what it took at the end of this game to finally close it out. And I have a couple possessions here that, to me, typify what they're about and typify what ended this game and now gives them a commanding lead. The way they move the basketball, it's just the reads that they make. And here's an example of it right here. Bam Adebayo is going to come up, and he's going to slip this screen. So he doesn't even set it. He just makes a beeline here to the middle of the floor, and Boston doesn't really read this properly, because if there's a slip, you should just go with the screener if you're Gordon Hayward. Instead, right here, both defenders are going to go ahead and bite on this, and they're going to trap, which means now the middle of the floor is wide open. And watch what happens to the other 3 Boston defenders. When this ball comes middle, Jaylen Brown makes the right play. He's got to step up here on Adebayo. You've got 2 defenders pinching the corners. The problem is nobody is accounting for Andre Iguodala. He's going to make this flash right here under the post, and then you're going to see Marcus Smart go ahead and try to make this read to prevent the layup. The problem is when he does it, he now leaves Goran Dragic wide open. Great ball movement, touch pass by Iguodala. That's why you go get a guy with that much playoff experience, and this is what Miami does. They just make you pay if you make the wrong read defensively. That was the biggest shot of the game, and then they get it done right here to finally close this thing out. Tyler Hero goes ahead and clears out. Jason Tatum is guarding Tyler Hero. He starts to go, but then he decides he's just going to stay because he has a feeling Jimmy Butler's going to operate in an isolation here. So that's what happens. Jimmy Butler starts to back down, and now when you get to right here, take a look at Jason Tatum. He's peeking at the basketball. Dragic is coming around to the top, and Marcus Smart's going to stay with him. And that means that Tyler Hero can cut in right here behind both of those defenders, and he face cuts Jaylen Brown, who doesn't see it in time, and Tyler Hero gets the layup, fitting that Tyler Hero gets that bucket to close this discussion, because on a night when a lot of guys had a very difficult time finding their rhythm, Tyler Hero was hands down, far and away the best player on the floor, and that is something that Brad Stevens just could not account for before this game. To have basically a role player right now play like a superstar on that stage. Tyler Hero one day is going to make an all-star team, and he's going to be a perennial all-star after that. But to give him 37 in this moment, in this stage, I don't think the Celtics were expecting that or could account for that. As a result, Miami's up 3-1.
Tim Legler, nothing but net. Tim loves him some pure shooters, and Hero fits that bill in game.